Yes, social media is to blame for a lot. Well, I, in my opinion, it's to blame for a lot of degenerate behavior and a lot of, kids feeling insecure about what they have.
Well, yeah, and obviously now you got things like, don't get me wrong, obviously I bang drill and it drill's sick, like, but you got people now. It's glamorized. It's glamorized. People actually want to live the life. Like, I like the music. I'm not out here drilling people. Like, I'm not about touring up block.
But we know not to do that. We're not evil people. We've been raised in a way where we've been taught what good is and what evil is. I also feel like the lines have been skewed in like the generations below us in terms of what's like people are willing to do evil if they gain respect, like the respect clout. Or the clout, the fear. People do anything.
It's clout.
They will do anything for the clout, and it's sad.
It comes back to clout. I'm not even gonna lie. This is what I mean. Social media has invented this clout fit. It's made it a lot more, valuable. And now people are chasing this thing, and it's deep. Like it's not even a drug anymore. It's a commodity. There should be like a stock market for clout. Like Clout is down 3 points. Like, because the way people are moving for it, like they will do practically anything, I guess. And again, I feel that like because of social media and stuff, like more people. That's aspiring to people. Like people aren't even trying to do like a conventional job or start really a conventional business per se, unless it kind of gives them clout. And it's like, it's mad because I was thinking this the other day. It was like one of those thoughts in the shower. I was like, are people doing the same thing trying to be different, or everyone's trying to be different but doing the same thing? But in the sense that, like, I feel that everyone's like looking at each other, trying to be different, saying they're different, but realistically, everyone's kind of just hopping on whatever wave is in fashion.
I like that because I've thought about that on many occasions. If you get rid of social media and you take a step back and you look you're looking from the outside, you see that everyone's doing the same thing. I feel like that's what it is. It is just a case of, like you say, everyone has the intention to be different. Nobody really wants to be you don't want to be let me not speak for everybody, because some people are really happy to copy other people and just and steal their wave. People are actually willing to do that. But I think generally a lot of people feel like they want to be credited for creativity. They want to be credited for for coming up with something new.
Yeah.
So deep down they feel like, okay, I'm doing something new, but really and truly everybody is in the same place, Everyone's doing it. Everyone's sort of doing the same thing.
Okay, I guess it boils down to that as well. Everyone kind of is in the same place, but
I can't blame them. I'm not angry at them.
You look at things like, with Instagram, I saw all of a sudden on YouTube actually, it started bare makeup videos started popping up.
Oh man, don't get me started about makeup. Really, don't get me. You get.
Bro, it's mad how many views they get.
You got me started. It's
crazy.
It's crazy how popular they are, because a lot of these artists have got some of these girls looking like clowns, looking like real Joker level clowns. Like I'd honestly rather see some of these girls with just paint your face white. Like, just paint your face white. Give yourself some lips and a red nose.
Honestly, you know what? Let me hold my tongue, because I've seen some videos and I'm like, right, you actually, not only did you actually walk out looking at this, but you made the whole video and you showed everybody that didn't need to see, but you went and showed everybody. And I'm like, and even more so, just people there like giving you views. But you know what, like, whatever. Again, I don't understand. The point being, like, that happened. Bare people started making them videos. Then obviously there was a time where the gym hype happened. Bare PTs out of nowhere, fam. Listen, like my Instagram, I swear, like a quarter of my friends suddenly turned to PTs. Like it was mad. Everyone was on this personal trainer thing.
Easy clout. Easy clout.
It's true, yeah. Simple clout. And then obviously, then it comes to the whole, everyone's starting to sell wigs and stuff.
Fakery. Fakery is being peddled on a high level. Like, I mean, I understand from some kind of, I don't know what viewpoint it is, but some kind of viewpoint. I understand the idea behind makeup. I do understand it, because a lot of people are very, very self-conscious about the way they look, and they don't like it. They've not been taught they don't know how to love themselves, and they don't understand that at the end of the day, it's not how you look what draws people in. It's the person you are. Or in my opinion, I'm of that opinion.
Oh shit, with the deepness. Yeah, no, I hear that though. I hear that.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, when you've been taught, or when you've got loads of people, like again, loads of popular people on the internet, these videos spreading like wildfire. Someone saying, "Oh, your face needs to be this color. You need to add this. You need to buy that. Oh, this £50 this £50 that is going to do this to you." Da, 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 da. People do anything to try. It's a massive competition. People try and do anything to look better than that girl or that girl and that girl. And really and truly, all they're doing is with every stroke of the brush and every added addition of gloss or mascara or whatever. They're adding fakery. You know, that there's like they're putting up a barrier to their real self with every flick of the brush and flick of the wrist. It's just,
it's
just
mad.
Yeah, man.
And obviously, that does no good for the self-esteem and the insecurity.
Obviously, now you might feel like, oh yeah, I look better than this girl. Oh, I look fire. Oh yeah, I look like this and that. But in the long run, listen, regardless of what you do to yourself, your looks will fade. Like, it's a guarantee. It's a guarantee. Your looks will fade.
It's true.
And I want people to remember this, because
that's a good point. People that are spending hours holding this up, just know it's gonna fall. Honey.
Focus on your heart, because one day you're gonna hit. True. One day you're gonna when you hit 35. If you're unlucky, 30, you'll hit that age, and you look in the mirror with I don't know. There'll be a man in the room, maybe someone you just finished sleeping with. And they'll look at you, and they'll be giving a look like, right, like she's not even that nice. And then you'll be looking in the mirror, looking at him, looking at you, and you're like, why is this guy screw facing me?
Oh man,
like, why is he, And the reason is because you don't look that good. You're old. You've expired.
Then one's there when the man's got that post-nut clarity, and he's like,
yeah, bro. Listen, it happens. It's a thing that happens. And I want people to be aware of this, because especially women, focus on your heart, focus on the kind of person you are, focus on experience. It's not, these physical things all fade, man. It's all gonna go away. At the end of the day, you're only gonna find peace when you feel like people love you, not because of what you have, but because of the things you've done for them, the person that you are. You know what I'm saying? That's my opinion. I mean, I'm still young. I've not been through that many things in life compared to others, but that is honestly what I see in the long term, in the long run, which for me is the most important thing. That is the only way to live. You can't cover yourself with fake.
I'm gonna say something, and I don't know. It might be an unpopular opinion. As a matter of fact, it would have been better if we had a woman or female here to talk about this. But
listen, yeah, I agree. But they're all they're gonna do. They're not gonna listen to what we're saying. They're just gonna defend their. Oh yeah, but makeup is good. I don't do it for anybody else. I do it for myself.
Yeah, that's obviously what we're gonna hear.
I know what's coming, innit? So do we really need one? No,
I hear that. But at the same time, I think obviously women want to say that, but I think it's more than that. This is an economy to them. Like they are.
Okay, yeah.
This is an investment in their future, more or less. They're trying to look good so that
they can secure a high HVT, a high value target.
And hey, I'm gonna use that HVT. But like, obviously they'll turn around and be like, oh nah, that's not the reason. Like, I do it for myself, and it makes me feel good and this that. But like, realistically, let's be real, man. Like, obviously your girls are putting those pictures, those comments on your photos, but they're all trying to look better than you. Realistically, there isn't a girl that's gonna put on her makeup and be like, oh no, wait, my friend doesn't, she don't look too good, so let me tone down on the makeup.
Don't get me wrong, I'm not completely hating. I'm only partially hating, because some of these girls are sexy. Some of these girls really are sexy. Like, you're doing well. Don't make me sound like a complete hater, because I do appreciate it in a lot of circumstances. But I'm a long term thinker.
No, at the same time, be real with it. If you're doing it to get some dick, say. There's a lot of things that men will do just to get pussy, and we'll say. I'm not gonna lie. All that stunting stuff. Like, listen, there's no reason to stunt. Like, I don't think. Well, there's a few people that just want to get haters more salty. But a lot of the guys that be posting these pictures, they'll be doing it for the clout, for the puss. And if you ask them, real talk, they'll probably be honest about it. Obviously, a lot of them won't. But what I'm trying to say is, like, if that's the case and that you're doing it to secure, and I understand, like, it's tough out there. It's tough trying to secure an HVT as a girl, especially when you're playing mid-league football. When you're not playing when you're not playing Premier League, yeah, it's long. You're there trying to secure these sponsor deals, yeah. Listen, you got to take any chance you have. You've always got to be on point. Like,
okay, no. Do you know what? I do see it. I do see it.
I'm a prick for that, but yeah, no. Basically, that's the point I'm trying to make anyway. But yeah,
I'm not gonna hate any further on makeup because I do understand.
no, but obviously, yeah, girl, them keep doing your thing, man. You're looking good. You're looking
and
fine.
some people really actually need it. There are some ogres out and about. And you know what? You know what's mad? A lot of you know who you are. Like, you look in the mirror and you know, okay, like, yeah, this £150 I spent at Mac is I should have spent more, really. But you know, this will do for the meantime.
But I think, yeah, also, like, on top of that as well, that, like, women will get judged more on their looks than men. So this is again why I think it's more of a just a,
but that's not
I'm doing it for myself kind of thing. No.
That's not true.
Well, exactly. That might be a natural thing, but like for them it means more. Like, obviously, some fat, saggy ass tit looking guy, yeah, he can get burger girl. He can live a very happy life, comfortable, everything, calm, easy. If he just works hard, obviously, or he has good connections. Now flip that into a woman, it's long. Just straight off the bat, because you're flames, it's long. So I think,
but that's why they created feminism. All the flames women, they've jumped onto that.
They realize it's too deep.
It's a hill that cannot be climbed. It is a hill that cannot be climbed. That's why they created feminism. Feminism is not for everybody. It's for the ones that are fighting an uphill battle, and they know they cannot win it, so they got to pull everybody down. That's all it is, man.
Oh shit.
Well, let me not say all feminism, because I do agree with some, like, equality at some points.
Feminist.
But it's the extreme ones, the ones that hate men, the ones that hate everybody. Those ones that have
not been able to harness the power of the puss.
And obviously, yes, exactly. And listen, my guy, look at the people that started the movement. Just type their names, or type in the feminism movement, the Me Too movement. Type in the thing and look at the faces of the people that created these movements, and every single question you have will be answered. You will not be surprised. I promise you. If you're listening, do it. Just type in Me Too movement founder. Type in.
It's actually mad.
Hey, listen, Chief. Type in, so we can see. Please. Just for example, I want you to confirm my theory.
Okay, let me see.
Me Too movement founder. Type it in. Me Too movement founder. Please. Let's see this. Listen, Me Too movement founder. Boy, hey, get ready, bruv. Get ready, fam.
Wow. Okay, well.
It's mad.
Well.
I mean, not everyone is lucky enough to look like to be paying, but boy,
I'm gonna hold my tongue. I'm gonna hold all of it. Actually, no, fuck it. I'm not. I see what you're saying.
Listen. Okay. In my opinion, she's flames.
In my opinion, yeah, it would have been hard.
Yeah.
Like, especially with, let's be real, man. The modern standards of beauty. Obviously, people talk about, beauty's in the soul.
Forget modern by any standards. That modern, traditional, any standard. She doesn't win.
My chest.
She doesn't win. So she need that. See, listen. I understand. Again, I'm not hating, but I do understand. But listen, I see it from a mile away. There's no reason for pen girls for people that were blessed in terms of the way they look. There's no reason for them to be part of this movement. You know, there's no reason for them to be hating, to be attacking men, to be hating men. And you know what?
Yo, that was a mic drop there. You
know what? I feel like it's necessary that people wake up and start doing their research on these kind of things and start seeing the kind of people that are at the front of that are on the stage peddling all this hatred, isn't it? And then you start to see what it is for what it is. And I feel like a lot of people will start to lose the energy they have for it as well, you know, if they really deep to what's happening.
I hear that, and I think, I think there's obviously some valid points. I don't want to discredit. Realistically, if I'm going to take a proper stance, I'm not going to discredit the whole Me Too thing. But I think, let's be real. If she was getting regular dick, would this have been founded? Let's be real.
She wouldn't have time for this.
She wouldn't be deep in there.
She wouldn't have time for this. I'm sorry. It is what it is. Like, she wouldn't have time for it.
Like, if she was getting regular good dick that she wanted, then like
she'd be on her phone like every other pretty girl. She'd be on her phone all the time, just replying to messages,
getting flown out.
She ain't
being flown out.
Top restaurants, you know, just.
She ain't sitting in the opening league of the basketball. None of that's happening.
You think she's been on a date in the last 10 years?
Oh,
like.
Oh,
that's the vibes I'm getting, innit? So I mean, I might sound harsh, but you know, I'm just.
It is harsh, but you know what? Fuck it. We're here not to beat around the bush, not to sugarcoat it, but to talk about how the things that people will be thinking but not wanting to say, basically.
Yeah. I'm ready for people to wake up. People should wake up, and like I say, you don't have to believe everything I'm saying. Just type in a couple words. Like YouTube is such a great resource. I mean, Google is such a great resource. You type in what you want to type in, and it's there. The answers are there in front of you. If you're willing to take it in and and say, okay, cool, I see it, then you've got your answers. If you want to deny it and just be like, okay, yeah, this is false, this is not real, yeah, you can do that too. But you've been told, you know. So every L that you take from that point on. No one's gonna sympathize with you for that.
No, I hear that.
Yeah.
So I got a question though, and back to like sort of, well, leading off from, let me say, feminism. Do you think? Now this is not even just a lead off. This is a whole track switch. Yeah, I'm just saying. But do you think that who do you think is more materialistic? I guess out of men and women, because obviously men really chase that material lifestyle of money, the cars, even to the point.
That's a good question.
Even to the point of like seeing women as materialistic things.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that's a good question.
You know what I'm saying? So even in that respect, when they want the money, the cars, the girls, that's all in their heads in that materialistic bracket, right? Or do you think it's women in the sense of they expect to have these materialistic things and quite often can be won over by a lot of materialistic things?
It's a good question. Traditionally, I would have had to say maybe women, because they always opt for the wealthier man, the man that's better well off, the man that is more ready to give them a secure life.
Oh yeah,
that's a man that's more able to provide historically. But in recent times, I would definitely say that men, if you can call them that,
boys,
whatever they are, they definitely they put the pussy on a pedestal. They
put that pussy on a pedestal. It's true though.
They do everything they can to impress girls, which I think is counterproductive. Because instead of focusing on yourself, building yourself up to become a force of nature, to become somebody who's worthy of respect, somebody that doesn't even need to push you on a pedestal.
Yep.
These guys are reverting. They're doing the opposite. They're working for now. Like I say, it's always a short term. It's always a short term thing. Listen, let me grab this whip, finance this thing quick time, and have these girls riding this whip, and I'll be doing this and I'll be doing that. And I've got this. Well, listen, it's like I say, like now I'd say it's definitely flipped. I'd say there are more males. I'm not going to call them men because a lot of them are not men. They don't have that mindset.
Yeah,
who are willing
chasing this materialistic kind of life.
I mean, chasing women is not. That's, come on, man. Like, what about you? Like, you're not going to be able to do it. Like, it's a marketplace, and maybe right now you're not performing well, but one day, if you work on yourself, your stock will rise. Your stock will be higher.
It's true.
If you don't work on yourself and you're just doing all these cheap fixes. You know, you're trying to, you're just trying to show off this and show off that, spending capital you don't have, so to speak.
But why are people doing? Do they feel that they need this sort of validation checkpoint?
It comes
now.
It comes down to self-worth, and it comes down to
100%.
to self-esteem. I think.
No, 100%. I'd agree.
It all comes down to that, because, like I say, somebody who knows what they're capable of, and somebody that knows their potential, they're not focusing on girls. They're not focusing on what, you know what I'm saying? They're not thinking about that kind of thing. No, they're doing what they can do, whatever they can provide for the community, for society, whatever they can bring to the table. They're working on that. And when you show that you're a capable person, you're a capable human being who can create something, and who has some sort of intellectual value, or some sort of, if you have some sort of value, if you hold value in society, you do something for people, you create jobs, you create wealth for other people. People know that this is a useful person here. This person is somebody, they stand on their own legs. They've got a brain. They've got some sort of drive in them. There's something there. And again, long term, that's where all respect comes from. Like, you are the guy. If people are not doing that, you're languishing at a level where, okay, maybe now these young girls are impressed. Later on, you don't have a leg to stand on. I'm telling you, you don't have a leg to stand on. It doesn't last. It really doesn't. These material things that everyone's focused on, everyone's so determined to reach for, they never last. They really never lost.
Jeez. Okay. Jay hearing that you giving this to these people for free. That was for free.
Right, my guy. Listen, the collection box soon will be going around. It will be going around very, very soon, I'm telling you.
No, but for real though, like, I think obviously people,
I don't blame. Okay, and another thing, I need to just clear this up.
Yeah.
I don't blame people for the way for the things that they do. I don't blame. Like I say, a self-esteem thing. You didn't do it to yourself. You didn't do that to yourself. It's come from somewhere. Like you've seen things, you've learned things from other people. You can't put it down to these specific human beings. But
it's true.
I'm quite confident that they're not heading in the direction where that they'll be proud of themselves. Let's say you're doing this, you're buying car and finance to impress this girl, taking this girl to the shard, this girl don't respect you, nothing.
Yeah.
In 10 or 15 years, we'll see how you think about that.
But then that's the thing, people need to really deep and understand that, because a lot of the people don't realize that. I think they might be thinking themselves, self-esteem is not a part of, it's not, obviously there's aspects of it that is down to the person, but they're thinking, I'm not one of them people that is has got lower self-esteem or insecurity. But because you're surrounding yourself in an environment that promotes that, you're picking up those attributes without you even knowing. So you're chasing this lifestyle without you even realizing you're chasing the lifestyle. And the reason you're doing it is because you think that's where you should be. And the reason you think that's where you should be is because the environment that you've been placed in.
Is there a test, like a self-esteem test, just to see the kind of level that people...
That'd be mad, actually.
Yeah.
Self-esteem.
If there's a scientist out there...
How many motherfuckers gonna fail that shit? I might even fail that shit, man.
If there's a scientist out there that can, come up with some sort of test, that just a vocal test or written test, anything that can gauge people on their level of self-worth, I think it'll be pretty helpful, because a lot of people realize, I'm hunting this. People question their motives and their incentives. Am I doing this for the right reasons? Am I doing this for me? I'm not doing this for me. Am I doing this? Why am I doing this?
Basically,
why
am I doing this?
People will actually ask. They'll start to they'll ask themselves, why am I doing this? And who speak? The Reverend is speaking. There's only one answer to that, and the answer is God. And I'm stopped. I'm not giving away anymore. The collection box needs to come around before I start dropping it.
It's
but
true. Come give these to these people for free, man.
I'll end with that. On this topic, on this materialism topic. Do you really know what you're doing? You're getting this shiny car. You're getting all. You know what you're doing it for? If you know, I'm cool. Do what you need to do. If you don't know, just remember there's a greater cause.
It's true, and realize the materialism, the goalposts are always gonna change. They're always gonna change.
Tell them.
them Jordans you bought this year, they're gonna be out of season next year. The car you bought this year is gonna be placed with a faster one next year.
That money you grind for, you slave for. When you spend it on things like, you know, things that are going out of fashion, what you're doing is you've poured a lot of petrol inside a metal container, and you've thrown a lit match into it, and you're just sort of, you know, throwing your notes into it. That's the way I look at it. You're just burning.
It's a fancy way to burn your money, basically.
You're just burning it. Don't burn it. Use your money to create more opportunities for yourself, to create more opportunities for others, because that's what the world really needs. Look. I'll give you a basic example. Look, if you look at people in Africa, or people in Asia, or people in South America, people are starving. People are, like, when I say starving, think about the excess of food that you see in this country.
Yeah.
And you look at other continents where people are actually completely starving. Like, what went wrong? Where did the agenda change from, oh, we need to help mankind, to fuck them niggas, I'm trying to eat here? Or has that always been the agenda?
I mean, for some people that's always been the agenda.
Well.
That's a question of where did greed get born.
Oh no, that's too deep for this conversation. I'm not trying to get.
That's too deep.
I'm not trying to get there.
We'd have to throw it way back, way back. That'd be interesting to talk about, though.
I mean, if people are not interested in helping anybody else, and are not interested in helping their fellow man, alright, cool. Like, alright, like if somebody can tell me they have no interest in that, listen, I appreciate you being honest with me and telling me the end, but I don't believe that's where most people are.
Yeah, no, 100%. I don't think people. Well, at the same time, I think it's one of the ones where empathy doesn't go beyond the line of sight. And
okay, yeah, that's a good point. That's a very good point.
For people, if you don't see it or you're not connected with them, basically fuck them niggas. Like, and that's basically how it is. Like,
it's
obviously,
true. Just like what we were saying about the kids involved in the life of the knife crime. Like, you know, if you've never seen somebody in abject poverty, somebody who can't eat, who can't find clean water to drink, you're not thinking about that level. You don't know that level. All you know is what's happening to you.
Exactly. All you know is what you've seen.
I can't get kickers.
Exactly, I can't get kickers.
Yeah.
My man owes me £20. Oh fuck!
My mom can't afford to buy me my iPhone when all my boys have got iPhones.
It's mad. I remember seeing some guy chatting on the bus, and he was like, I was gonna shank someone over £20. And my head was hot, but I was like, at the same time, I was like, this guy's a young. Should I say something? And like all this time, I'm thinking
that's just gonna make it worse. I
was not trying to cause a scene in it.
When someone's emotional like that, you can't. It's not easy to calm them down. It's really not.
For real. And I had to get off on a couple stops. And to be honest, the way I just slid my J. Cole back on, and I was like, do you know what? Yeah, say nothing, man. People out here just living mad, living wild. But
I don't want people to suffer and die. I don't want that. I don't want that for people. But the way things are going, people are being led down a crazy rabbit hole right now, and I feel like I just said before, you know, I'm not going to go any further than this. But yeah, people need to go back to whatever it is you believe in, God, Allah, Hova, whatever. Like, yeah, man, go back to that, because that's where all compassion starts to mean something. But yeah, I'm going to go further, because the collection box is still here.
The collection box is still there. That needs to go around, man. That needs to go around. Do little, I don't even know, like them like online donation things. But the collection box is coming around. That's what we're saying still. But yeah,
soon, very, very soon.
It's actually mad though, man, because it's, again, I'm gonna blame social media, bro. I feel there's so many, society's fucked up. Not fucked up, but like gone through such a
Do you think
crazy. Well, it's not that it's evil. It's just uncontrollable.
Oh yeah, well.
And when you've got such an uncontrollable platform,
it's in the hands of.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Especially when you show that to very impressionable, insecure teenagers, such an uncontrollable platform. Obviously, you're gonna get some fucking weird results, innit? Some unplanned outcomes, and you're gonna have people feeling the type of way and wanting to adhere to this like status quo and this is cool, this is not, and opinion snowballing and stuff like that. And I think no one really deeped what the effects of social media were. I think people are starting to deep it now, innit?
And social media, and it's an echo chamber. You know, remember when they came up with the election Like, not just in this country, but also when Donald Trump won, and everyone was shocked. Like, what the heck? How did this guy win? It's because a lot of people, like, their timelines were just full. It was just full of news that suggested that nobody was going to vote for Donald Trump. You know what I'm saying? It was just complete. Twitter. It's just an echo chamber. Whatever you believe, the people you follow, and they're most likely they're going to have very, very similar opinions with each other.
Yep.
So you're just all you're gonna see and hear is the same things. Oh, this is not wrong. This is not happening. So in your head, it's like, okay, there's no way this can happen because everybody.
And everyone believes. Everyone's thinking in the same way,
which is not true. But
do you know what? Yeah, I think that there's a lot of that. 100%, 100%, and I think
people are unable to think for themselves because
it's
of that. It's not easy.
It's a lot easier for people to consolidate and reinforce like extreme ideas if they're surrounded by other people who are talking about similar extreme ideas. They're like, actually, my man's saying this. Oh shit, it's okay for me to say this, and let me just come true and da 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 da. And obviously now when someone disagrees with you, you feel so proven or so like proven in your stance that nah man, this is right because
you're stuck in your convictions.
Yeah, obviously. Listen, if you try to ever use Twitter to justify a point, you've lost. Like, it's just one of them ones where, like you said, it will surround you with people that think the same way. So obviously, like, that's obviously going to be the case.
So you can't be wrong. If you have this opinion, you cannot be wrong. And
again, how do you tackle that? Do you tell people, now we're taking down Twitter? And
think about the money that these corporations are using to come up with these algorithms. They're paying all these IT guys, these tech guys to come up with these algorithms and all these codes that sort of reinforce that. They reinforce you're following Donald Trump, so you're more likely to follow a far right wing person. So we're gonna give you these suggestions: follow this person, follow that person, follow this person. You know what I'm saying? Or you follow, you follow Bernie Sanders. So let's give you Peter, let's give you Greenpeace, let's give you Rebellion Extinction, whatever, this and that. Let's give you know what I'm saying? So it's like it's like they know what they're doing. These big corporations, they know exactly what they're doing. They're putting money into it to make it as hard to escape that mindset as possible, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's mad though. It's mad. At the same time, like, you know, people. What can people do, man? You're getting manipulated. But Twitter's jokes, man. Like, it's jokes. At the same time, I can't say we should get rid of it, but I think, again, you just got to teach people about things that is new to them or they don't understand. Otherwise, they're not going to understand what's going on. Things are going to be happening to them. Things are going to be happening to people around them. And they're not going to really deep what's going on until we go through that process of, you know, learn by mistake or learn by, you know, basically just learn by trial and error, basically.
For me, the only saving grace with regards to social media, Twitter, Instagram, whatever, is that nothing lasts forever. Like, it's how it is. Nothing really lasts forever. Something will topple this. And I know these guys are putting in as much work as possible to prevent it, but it's just it's life, you know. It's a rule of life. Nothing lasts forever. They can't be at the top forever. Something's going to overtake it. There is going to be some kind of revolution. I don't know when. I don't know how it's going to happen.
Okay.
I don't know who's going to start it, but something's going to happen, and there will come a time where we're looking like, okay, Twitter's not the thing anymore. Everyone's over there. What everyone's looking at. Maybe it could be a different social media app. It could be that everybody completely abandoned social media. I don't know, but there is something that will beat Facebook, that will beat Google, that will beat these companies.
No, okay.
It always happens.
Would you say that's in the near future, or would you say?
I couldn't tell you, man. Honestly, I couldn't tell you. I don't like Google have not been in power. Facebook has not been around for that long.
That's what I'm saying, because these companies ain't been around for long.
They are still fresh. They are still relatively fresh. But I feel like when you move at such a pace, because they are moving at pace, they're gaining wealth like companies have never done before, you know?
Yeah. It's actually crazy.
When you move at that sort of pace, you're moving. You can't guard yourself from every danger when you're moving at that level, at that speed. You know what I'm saying? Like there is something that they're missing. Somebody or a group of people, or I don't know, something. Someone is doing something that is going to undercut them and completely destroy them. I don't know when. I don't know how. But like I say in life, nothing lasts forever.
Nothing lasts forever.
So we have that to hold on to, you know.
And you know, as to quote physics, like the biggest stars die fastest.
That's right.
So
that's right.
Who knows, man? It could just be one of them ones where they blow up, and then the next decade
they implode. They could just implode on themselves.
Some madness, spark a madness revolution or something. I reckon we do a revolution, man. Someone needs to do something like really provocative and
revolution.
mad.
Did you see Joker?